So differential attention is essentially taking two skills and using them at the same time. The first skill is what we call active ignoring. So if there's a behavior that your child is presenting with that's not harmful, it's not going to cause any property damage, no one's going to be harmed, and it can be tolerated if it's ignored, right? So an example of a behavior that may not be able to be tolerated, is like a bamboo kid's plate, banging it on the table. It's probably not going to do any property damage, but it's too disruptive in those moments. Those are behaviors we can't ignore. But whining, crying, nagging, tantruming, these are behaviors we can ignore. And if we engage in active ignoring, like actively looking out for them and turning our gaze away, moving our body away from it and ignoring, it will stop. And I think Neil deGrasse Tyson said it, the good thing about science is it works whether you believe in it or not. So if you ignore it, it will stop. Now, something to be prepared for is it will increase, right? So that negative behavior will get longer and louder and more disruptive. But if you ignore it long enough, it will stop. We call that the extinction burst. And that's really an important moment and a really important parenting strategy is to ignore it until it stops. And now we pair that with positive reinforcement or praise. So once it stops, what we want to do is praise the positive opposite. So if we go back to the tantruming example, if a child was tantruming, and then all of a sudden they stop tantruming, you might go to them and say, I'm just really proud of you for controlling your emotions. It makes me so happy. And then walk away. You've now just communicated to that young child, or maybe even to that teen, that when they engage in an undesirable behavior, I'm not going to pay any attention to it. And when you engage in behavior I like, I'm going to communicate how it makes me feel and how it's a good thing. And I want you to practice it more. A really effective strategy that can be very hard to do sometimes.